Welcome to Lo que Ale no dijo, the podcast where I share the truth I once kept quiet. I'm Alex, a school counselor, a dancer, an immigrant, a mother, and a survivor. This is not therapy. This is not advice. This is me speaking from my body, from my nervous system, and from what life has taught me. If you need support, please reach out to a professional you trust or a local resource in your area. Today is September 23rd, 2025, and this is episode 10. 10 episodes. A milestone that means consistency. Yes, but more than that, it means showing up. Not only for myself, but for a cause that matters. Because Lo que Ale no dijo was never just about me. From the beginning, it has been about creating a space, about breaking silence, about building a community where survivors and witnesses can say, I am not alone. Behind this podcast, there is a person, me, a woman who is still healing, still learning, still carrying her own story. And each week, I chose to sit here and turn that story into something bigger than myself. This past week, I collapsed. I couldn't keep up. My body reminded me that my children needed me whole. I lost followers for speaking out my mind, and still, I'm fed up. I'm fed up with seeing abusers celebrate. I'm fed up with survivors dismissed. Fed up with silence being treated as neutral, when silence has never been neutral. Silence protects power. It isolates survivors. It deepens the wounds. This week, a friend reached out. She had fled a situation of domestic violence and is now trying to rebuild her life. Her story reminded me why I cannot stay quiet, why this podcast matters, why advocacy is more than a title. It is action, presence, and consistency. My voice is not just mine. It is also for her, for those who cannot yet speak, for those still fighting, for those who are carrying silence until they are ready. I've been thinking about my younger self, the child I still carry. She shows up on all pictures. Sometimes smiling, sometimes sad, holding silence in her body. Now every time I record, it's her hand I hold. Every time I speak, I remind her, you are enough, you are not alone, you are not invisible. I got you. And that's part of healing, becoming the adult I once needed, and extending that care outwards to my children, to my students, to my community, to my friends, and to anyone listening who still wonders if their story matters. Here's the truth I learned. As heavy as pain can be, it is just as beautiful, just as freeing to feel safe. To walk into a room and feel your shoulders drop, to laugh without fear, to breathe without looking over your shoulder. Safety is not just the absence of danger. It is the presence of care, and everyone deserves that. So here are 3 things I want to leave with you this week. 1. Believe survivors, even when it's uncomfortable. 2. Check your sources before you share. Spreading the truth is part of advocacy. 3. Notice where you feel safe. And if you can, create safety for someone else. A child, student, a friend. This is what advocacy looks like in action. Little by little, moment by moment, we create change. There is a voice from the Peruvian Amazon, the poet Dina Ananco. She reminds us that memory lives in the body, that survival is written into nature itself. She writes of rivers and silence, of how the body remembers what others try to erase. And I feel that truth in my bones, because every time I tell my story, I'm not just speaking, I am remembering. I am planting a seed for the younger me, and for every child still waiting to feel safe. Take care of yourself, because your body carries wisdom, and your truth is part of this healing. I see you, I honor you, and I will see you next week. Take care.